multi-billion-dollar hailstorm hits an area, your focus should be on running your business, not on insurance claims. We have helped streamline the insurance process for hundreds of roofing contractors across the U.S., and we can do it for yours too. Visit us online at c3adjusters.com and learn how we can help you save time and get claims paid faster.
Good afternoon, everyone. Lead meteorologist John Choquette here for our daily 12 p.m. hail forecast. And it looks like we're also going to be doing a little bit of storm coverage, so we're going to do some double duty here. But first, thanks C3 Group and Merle Law Group for sponsoring all of these videos. You can check out their pages in the description below as always. And before we get into doing live coverage, just a reminder, if you're having any issues with the new website and app, I know it's been out for a few months now, but hey, you might just be jumping in if you're in the Chicago area. I haven't really had any activity yet. I mean, hell, it snowed not that long ago, so I wouldn't be surprised if you haven't been on Hail Trace in a bit. You can give us a call, we can set up a training, give you some guidance, and help you guys get well versed in all the new features Hail Trace has to offer. So with that, I'm actually going to shift over to what is happening right now. I was kind of watching as, before I got the forecast going, just a little behind the scenes, I get the show ready, and then I come over to the room here where the green screen is, and then we'll go over everything and get everything all set up, all the lights and camera and whatnot. And it looks like we have some storms trying to get their act together right now, and this is on the western side of the Chicago area. A storm that's warned now for golf ball size hail. I'll check it out on radar. I know I don't have the warnings on here. I have to update the radar program on this. It doesn't have it. So let's roll this radar back a little bit, shall we? Looks like over by DeKalb, Illinois. So this is give you an idea, Chicago is right here, and so it's pretty much due west. We had this storm try to take off. It's basically all part of this area of storms that were in Wisconsin this morning, and they're slowly pushing off to the south and east. It's a little warmer out there now, a little bit later in the day. It's not early in the morning anymore, so it looks like we're seeing some storms happening now. We had the marker was up over 2 inches here in like Hinckley. But when you look at it on radar, you can tell that there isn't a whole lot to be found, a lot more to be desired in the CCs, or this right here, the correlation coefficient. Also, as you know, you want to see, for big hail, you want to see a lot of the greens and blues like you're seeing right here. However, that is where there's no precipitation happening. So there's no hail happening there. So I think this is an issue of we're getting a lot of high volumes of hail, but I think the sizes are probably closer to quarter, $50 size right now. This could change. Any of these could get a little more supercellular. So right now we are, okay, shut up, computer. We have what looks to be kind of a line of storms right here where it's all kind of loop-de-looping a little bit. We want supercells, that's what the big time hail. So it looks like, again, we're getting hail over by Sandwich, for example, Sandwich, Illinois. You're probably going to get some quarter and $50 size hail out of that. Wouldn't be surprised to see some ping pong balls, but right now, from what I'm looking at, I don't see anything that screams golf ball size hail. I definitely see strong winds. This thing is hauling to the south and east. So again, we're probably going to see some wind driven, small hail up to maybe as much as $50 size hail. Could get a ping pong ball report, but I think that would be fairly isolated, making sure nothing come in yet. So it is warm for golf balls. There is a tornado warning that I think will be allowed to expire. These storms are going to continue moving to the south and east, and it looks like a major proponent for today is the fact that we're going to actually see storms redevelop behind this area of convection that we're looking at here in the Chicago area. Of course, I made this forecast and I said 2% chance for Chicago because I was not sure if that rain that was happening right now could turn into actual severe weather. So ignore the 2%, I'll just make it like a 40 or 50% because obviously it's already starting to hail in the Chicago Metroplex. So probably 40, 50% there. I keep it in the quarter to $50 size. The big change, of course, I could end up doing an update a little bit later if things clear out. It's already starting to clear out in Wisconsin. If it starts clearing out into Illinois as well, these storms kind of just haul out of there and go into Indiana, we could reset the atmosphere and have some bigger storms this evening, and that could have some significant hail in there, possibly up over 2 inches. So we're watching that super carefully. I have a 2% all the way down in Cincinnati. All this could be just probably more of what's happening right now in Illinois, of hail, marginally severe, a lot of wind-driven stuff as this system continues to move to the east. Further to the west, here in Nebraska, for example, could see some storms form this evening. Fairly isolated in nature, probably staying to the north of Omaha, so I got 2% there. Could have some 2-inch hail with that. Could have some storms in Rapid City, possibly Billings, all the way into this area of Idaho over here that I'm pretty sure doesn't have too many people in it. All that could be more marginally severe hail, kind of what we were seeing the other day, where you just see storms form off the Black Hills, form off the mountains, and that could, every couple storms here or there could have $250 size hail. And we also could see some storms, this will be tonight, over by Roswell, New Mexico, and down into another part of the United States where there aren't a lot of people, in the Big Bend of Texas. Could have some ping pong ball size hail with that as well. So we're watching super carefully. Of course, the stuff for Chicago is changing as we are watching stuff happen. So again, that 2% make it a much higher percentage as storms are already happening, and then I think more storms will happen with this. This particular model run has been having a hard time trying to indicate that storms are going to be moving in. So we have, so there's not really much activity on this model run until much later. I'm having a hard time believing that. I think we're going to see storms redevelop after about 3 o'clock or so, and then those could be pretty intense. Could see, again, much larger hail, possibly a tornado or two, if they do, in fact, form. Move a little bit further west here in Nebraska and Iowa, you can see storms trying to get their act together and form. Again, fairly isolated, so I'm keeping the percentages pretty low because they're only going to see probably 5 or 6 storms spread out over 3 states that are pretty big. So again, I think any storms that would get going could have 2-inch hail, maybe even bigger than that. Could get up to tennis ball size hail if we really get rocking and rolling. That's what we're looking at for today. Tomorrow, I know there's been a lot of stuff leading up to tomorrow. We could see 3-inch hail anywhere from the Mexico border all the way up to South Dakota. The biggest question right now is I think right now we could see big time storms in Nebraska. That's almost a lock. Big time storms, but probably west of Omaha, unfortunately. We're starting to see some trends of it moving closer towards sections of Colorado, the northern Front Range, and maybe even towards Cheyenne. But we're also seeing a lot of storms not happening in Kansas, a lot of storms not happening in Texas Panhandle. So this is all very conditional. We have the potential there for up to 3-inch hail, but if no storms form, then obviously we're not going to see too much in the way of big time hail. So we're going to watch this super carefully. I'm having a hard time believing that the cap is going to hold the thing in the atmosphere, the lid to all the storms in the atmosphere. I don't think it's going to be as strong as what some of the models are showing. I wouldn't be surprised maybe only 1 or 2 storms form in the Texas Panhandle or Kansas, but they'd probably go pretty bonkers if they do form. And we could see some more storms in a warm frontal region over by the Chicago area tomorrow as well. So that may not be all she wrote for Chicago for today and then going into tomorrow. So and you can see here on this preliminary forecast future radar, not showing a lot. Again, like I mentioned, not showing a whole lot, but if you shift it a little further south is when you see a big old MCS, big squall line forms late overnight in Texas and blows through on Saturday, and that made me lower my percent chances for Saturday to 5% for a 3-star or better. I think Oklahoma is kind of iffy now for Saturday. Sounds sort of similar, I know, to what happened last week, but it's the weather. It seems to be the case. 2.5-inch hail possible. Sunday, things shift east, but I think we're looking more at a wind threat than a hail threat. So 2% chance of 3-star map or better, up to golf ball size hail. And then Monday we reset, and Monday could be pretty interesting as well, but it's at the end of the 5-day. I'm not trying to get too crazy. We are, again, in an active pattern. We're going to see risk constantly. It's just we need to have at least one of them will likely not be succumbed to some failure mode, because weather is a tricky little pain. So here we go. Area risk on Saturday. I think from Dallas or Red River points south, you have a much better chance for hail, and then you skip over this a little bit. And then up in the north as well, we have a much better chance for hail. Big question will be, what kind of moisture are we seeing in the morning? Are we seeing a lot of storms blowing through and washing out the whole risk area? Or are they going to go through pretty quick when you get some good recovery? Then we could see some big time storms on Saturday. So we'll see how that plays out. And then area risk on Sunday, shift east towards Chicago again. This one, again, could be more of a wind threat if it's linear. If we can clear out, could see some hail. Monday, reset, we're back down Oklahoma and Texas and Kansas. So we will see how everything play out. We'll, of course, keep you up to date. I'm going to check back in on what's happening in Illinois because I haven't had a chance to look yet. We have a new mesoscale discussion. I'm assuming they're talking about this storm that's coming in. Talk about watch, blah, blah, blah. It's not will persist. Okay, that's cool. We've got a warning update. Still just says up to golf ball size hail. How does it look on radar? Not looking as good. All right, so again, yeah, I think somebody said pump and dump. It looks like we're going to see these storms kind of bubble up, drop some hail. Again, I don't think we've seen anything particularly intense yet. Just $0.25 to $half size hail. A lot of wind. Millbrook, you're probably seeing some hail. P to dime size hail. And maybe you're going to see a couple quarters. For the most part, I think a lot of this is subsevere and a lot more wind driven. Not too much is screaming big time hail for me right now, but I think the more important thing to look at is the potential for new storms to develop off here in the area of Wisconsin and then moving into southern Wisconsin and moving into Illinois later. We have a new warning now for $half size hail. There you go. So strong winds with this stuff, but probably not too much in the way of hail. So I'm going to wrap this stuff up here, guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Follow us here on Facebook. We'll come back for live coverage if any other big storms do happen, or if the stuff in the Chicago area strengthens. I might be back kind of quick. We'll see. And hit follow, hit see first. That way it all goes to the top of your news feed. Give us a call at 855-334-4245. Email us at info@hailtrace.com or visit our website at hailtrace.com for any more comments, questions, or concerns you may have. Any more details you want to find about Hail Trace, you're interested in what we offer as a product, or you just want to say, hey, we're here to talk. And of course, follow us on Instagram as well. I think I was supposed to make a post about Derek being at a golf tournament today with C3 Group, but I have not. So I should probably do that. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. If I don't see you, do those hail dances. So I'll be back later so we can do live coverage for anything that heads towards Chicago, fingers crossed. And if not, I'll see you guys again tomorrow at 12 p.m. for our daily 12 p.m. hail forecast on whatever platform you watch us on. Have a great day, everybody.